Fun fact, 8% of the world's population have sadistic tendencies, and whoever designed a shotgun that shoots a mixture of neurotoxins, cardiotoxins and cytotoxins extracted from the Hottentotta tamulus is clearly in the upper echelon of that 8%. Now let's make things even worse. Hollow point ammunition is designed to expand upon impact, creating lacerating wounds that bleed more than your average emo kid. Welcome back, I will be your host Mr. Potato, and this is a video made for a viewer. Let's get started. With the help of a chest piece talent perfectly efficient, you'll be edging on near-death experiences in no time. And for a really sweet added bonus, wow! The Survivalist specialization can heal others in their close proximity. We all know what this is and the sound it makes before it detonates, but when it does detonate, it's capable of dismantling armor from heavy gunners and techno doggos. Crossbow go pew! Heavy gunner armor go oh hell no! The next step is to shoot anything that moves. Grab your Scorpio and confuse the living hell out of everything, until they're so confused they don't even know if they're confused or not. A prime example, she forgot how to die, but gravity got the best of her. With amazing team buffs of up to 65% weapon damage, your teammates will love this. And when the enemy finally thinks that they know what's going on, you bamboozle them with a decoy. And because I am now a YouTube celebrity, meaning I am better than everybody else, I am now obligated to remind you to like that video. The Survivalist tactical link gives your teammates 10% more damage because anything that can bleed, bleeds. Everybody has hollow point ammo. And hollow point ammo adds another 20%. Scorpio, another 20%. And finally, perfectly opportunistic, a 15% makes it up into a 65%, but there is still room for improvement if you want more. More on that later. All of the mod slots used in this build will be displayed now. And all of the attributes will be displayed now. Now so far, just in case you haven't paid attention, the primary weapon is indeed a Scorpio, and the Scorpio in itself has built-in crowd control, meaning that the enemy will not be shooting at you or your teammates actively all the time because they are either confused or shocked. And just so happens it has an incredibly good synergy with the rest of the build, making your teammates into super special agents. Nice! The secondary weapon, if you want to min-max your backpack talent, you'd obviously want to go for a semi-auto marksman's rifle, with a talent of either vindictive or sadistic. But let's be honest, semi-auto marksman's rifles, they suck. However, optionally, there exists a named SMG called the Grudge, and it has the talent perfect vindictive, which means that when you kill an enemy that is afflicted by a status effect, you and all allies within 20 meters of you get 18% critical hit chance and critical hit damage for an amazing 20 seconds. But because whipping out this SMG is kinda slow, I sometimes just prefer to use a Desert Eagle because it's just snap and headshot and buff, although the buff is weaker because it's not perfect vindictive. The 4-piece ongoing directive is incredibly straightforward. You grab your shotgun, the Scorpio, you shoot something, you shock it or confuse it, it gets marked by rules of engagement. Your friends shoot at the marked enemy, when it dies, they all get hollow point ammo, including you. This is 20% weapon damage, does not apply to skill damage, keep that in mind. And the backpack, however you pronounce this, is from the brand set Usina Getica, and it's called the Setup. It is a named backpack with a perfect talent of opportunistic. By shooting your shotgun, you increase group-wide damage by 15%. This includes all damage. That means skill damage, weapon damage, kick in the crotch, punch in the face, you name it. All damage. The Bellstone armor is named chest piece called Everyday Carrier. Can do many things, depending on your specialization. Survivalist can heal others, kinda good. Team utility. And Firewall can just straight up become a god. Because it increases specialization armor kit bonuses by 100%, And on top of that, using the armor kit has a 75% chance to not consume the armor. Now for the attributes, hazard protection is going to protect you from shock grenades and bleed hives. Explosive resistance, well, that's straightforward. A grenadier won't be able to gun you down immediately, or you won't die from relentless drone bombardment. Optionally, if you feel like a complete Chad who needs more damage, less survivability and more time dead, here is a good chest piece. Grupo Sombra for 15% more critical hit damage and the talent Overwatch, which means that when you're in cover, basically you're playing the game, after 10 seconds you will be buffing team damage by another 12%, weapon damage and skill damage. And then this will then bump up the wicked team buffs up to 77%. Firewall pretty much has no issues face tanking enemies, because when you get in trouble, you light everybody on fire, and by the time the fire is put out, you've already slipped in a new armor piece. And you're good to go. Extremely good combat uptime means more damage. By no means am I saying that ongoing Directive is actually doing any damage. That is not the case. Flammenwerfer, whee! And here's a very good example where I would have completely, like totally, died permanently without the explosive resistance. Being a hell of a good support means that you've memorized every door, every spawn in the game you have memorized. You got it in there, in your brain cell. Or two. And of course we are all pro gamers, so we know that behind me will be a spawn and it will spawn at any second. There we go. I will preemptively throw a fire grenade because I'm thinking ahead with my brain cell. The Bamboozle 9000 skill attracts a lot of shock grenades, drone explosives, 40mm grenades, all of these things you do not want into your face. And because I'm wearing headphones, I'm very much aware of my surroundings. You should too wear headphones when you play this game. I heard the door open behind me. So instead of dying, I just use a cover-to-cover movement, which is so advanced that nobody can hit you. Even if you run in a straight line, it is amazing. Just use cover-to-cover movement. Nobody can hit you. Well, yes, eventually someone will hit you, but the chance of enemy hitting you is significantly lower. And just for the sake of repetition, the Survivalist crossbow dismantles doggy armor. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something. Leave a like or a dislike if you feel like you have every right to dislike, and leave some hate mail too. I love reading hate mail. Thanks for watching.